The first time, they were not even looking at me. Even if I'm going near closer to the face and if you're trying to say hi and hello, none of the kids were responding.
Lindsay and I went the first time. It was like, the children were just lying there and they didn't really know what love is, love and touch.
Like I have a small baby. I mean, the first time I went, my son was just 6 months old, and the response which my son was giving and a 1.5 year old in the orphanage was giving, there was no comparison.
Advocates for Babies in Crisis Society, or ABC in short, started in early April 2013 by Lindsay Ford, who's a very good friend and a wonderful lady who had a simple concept of spending time with orphan babies and cuddling them.
Feeling so mixed. I'm so happy that there's so many people and how things have changed so much. Going into the room then, the babies, weren't responsive. They were laying there, and I'd come up to a cradle, and they were just staring off. And now I go in, and they're smiling, and they're reaching for you, so it's just incredible to see the difference that people coming and holding them has made. So I'm so excited about that this is going to continue, and that
they started to believe on us that really we are helping the kids, because we'll come with the donations like napkins, soaps, sterilizer, bottles, all those things. And then the kids also started to getting used to us. And really can see that we really do difference when we are there, because there are a lot of kids, and the ayahs really, they can't cope alone. They really need people to help them, because it's a hell of a job. It's a big job.
Arlene, you're going to room 2, right? Yeah. So my role would be, to inform the volunteers of the visit, meet the volunteers at a set point, and then, coordinate with them, and if there's special issues that they need to know of, maybe like sicknesses or some health issues or awarenesses, I need to inform them.
You don't have to do anything when you land up in that particular place. They let you do everything. In fact, I feel that I have been cuddled more by the children than me being cuddled by them.
You're overwhelmed with the children because they're very excited to see you. And so your first thing through the door is I just give as many kids hugs and loves as I can.
I just stood there and I saw all the children, and one child suddenly came and stood beside my feet. I picked her up. It was natural, so I knew obviously I need to pick her up because she was looking straight into my eyes. Then the other child came, she stood, and I had to pick her up also. The third one came. I said, God, I had more hands to pick all the children at the same time.
So cuddling is like literally what I do with my babies, I do with those babies. So it's playing, changing, feeding, everything.
This was, I think, my third week of being at the orphanage, and this child had just come in the day before I came to cuddle, and the little fellow apparently had not smiled. That's what the caregivers told me. And when I picked him up and I was chatting with him and I was playing with him and making sounds and tickling his belly and rubbing his chest, and I got this little twirl in the corner of his mouth, which was literally a smile. I think I cherish that moment till the day.
I just play around with them a lot. I fool around with them a lot. I put on music and I dance around with them, and they also like that. So for me, that's the best part.
Singing to them because they really enjoy it. And I really enjoy when it's time to feed them. I enjoy that most when we feed them.
The most important thing I find enjoying is playing with them, singing, and importantly feeding them. Food is the main part. If they don't get the nutrition, they're not going to be well.
We go there a few hours, and then if those babies that we feel need that extra care haven't got that the rest of the day, and then you go back the next day finding them deteriorating, or maybe because they're unwell or they genuinely have health issues. So there are times I wish I could just take them home, bring them back to good health.
So as we spend more time with the children, we started realizing that their basic medical needs were taken care of, but some of their specialized needs were not taken care of for logistical reasons or financial reasons. So we started doing diagnostics and checkups as well as hospitalizations for some of the children.
I'm personally mostly taking care of the hospitalizations, so the kids who've been prescribed admission, I'm taking them to the private hospitals, taking care of the admission process, coming to visit them every day during their stay in the hospital, checking how they responding to the treatment, if anything extra should be done. Especially for us as runners, it's difficult because we see most difficult kids. We see sick babies. We see babies who need our medical help. So we don't see so much of the happy babies or beautiful babies. All our babies are beautiful, but the condition they come into our hands, it's sad.
That's the hardest part, is knowing that I could do more and not being able to, or knowing that there's so much more that life has to offer that these kids just don't have access to.
It's teach me a lot that you have to accept the fact that not everything is depend on us, not everything depend of medical support. Not sometimes we just can't change what can be changed.
Yeah, and sometimes you cry. Sometimes it's really sad if a little, especially a little child that you really grew attached to pass away, or it's difficult. But yes, that is part of life, I suppose, and you have to go on. I will just call her Baby V. The first moment I saw her, she was very frail. And she was like, would she make it, would she not? And I think really ABC gave her a second chance, and she's now with a loving family and adopted, and that's that is very, I cherish that.
I think for me, always in my memory is one little baby. I was very pregnant when I was coming. I was about 8 months pregnant, and I remember holding her, and she would put her little hand on my belly, and she was just laying on me, and I just cherished that moment. She was just so precious, and her just with my baby. And
I do laugh. That's the main part I do. I keep smiling, I keep laughing, giggling.
This one will want you to cuddle, this one will come, this one will stand on top of you. You don't know which one to cuddle, and you laugh a lot because they'll fight over you. You don't know which one.
How can you not laugh when you're surrounded by little smiling faces? And it's like somebody forgot to tell them that they're in an orphanage. It is.
I can be a mother to the motherless. It means a lot. Even if I went to South Africa, I really miss this. I miss these kids. I miss them so much. I don't know. It means everything to me.
Love, smiles, cuddles, hugs. That's what ABC's brought into my life. A lot more love, I would say. By the fact that it's helped me to be able to give love, it's brought more love into my life and my family, I would say, definitely.